Hi, this is Daniel DiTuro. Is there a connection between blood glucose spikes, insulin resistance, and developing type 2 diabetes? In this video, I'll share information about the carb-glucose connection, good carbs versus bad carbs, what is insulin resistance, and is there a test for insulin resistance, the connection between insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, and how to prevent insulin resistance. There are three types of carbohydrates: sugars, starches, and fiber. Sugars and starch are a source of energy. Carbohydrates are the quickest form of energy available to the human body. About 60% of the carbs in your diet is used by your brain. In industrialized countries, there are two types of carbs: naturally occurring and processed. Naturally occurring carbs are plant foods, whole grains, fruit, legumes, and vegetables. Processed carbs include refined grains and sugars, foods made from refined carbs, and starches. All sugars and starches are broken down during digestion into glucose that is absorbed into your bloodstream. Your liver converts some excess glucose into glycogen for later use. Diets high in added sugars can overwhelm the system, leading to high blood sugar levels, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. I was surprised my original 20 high potassium foods video had comments about most foods being high in carbs, sugars, and starches. High is a relative term. For people following high-fat and protein ketogenic diet, the foods in my video are high carb. For people eating a balanced diet of carbs, fats, and protein, the foods are low in carbs, especially processed carbs. When it comes to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, naturally occurring carbs is not the problem. Type 2 diabetes used to be referred to as diabetes of the affluent. Today, type 2 diabetes is diabetes of the low and middle income, overweight, and sedentary. There is no evidence anyone developed insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes from eating high-sugar fruit. People develop insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes from eating high-calorie, refined carb foods. Foods designated as processed or ultra-processed. In the U.S., the average American diet includes 600 calories of added sugars. Sugar is 100% carbohydrates. It provides 0 vitamins, minerals, fiber, and other essential nutrients. It is 600 empty calories. The problem is not good carbs versus bad carbs. It's good foods versus bad foods. Eating too many processed high-calorie foods and a sedentary lifestyle can lead to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. There are people who firmly believe eating nutrient-rich fruits like apples is as bad as eating apple pie. Insulin is a hormone made by your pancreas and secreted into your bloodstream to maintain blood sugar levels. When you eat carbohydrates, your small intestine breaks down sugars and starches so glucose is absorbed into your bloodstream for fuel. As blood glucose levels rise, it signals your pancreas to release insulin. Insulin acts like a key. When the lock is open, cells can absorb blood glucose for energy. When the lock is closed, the flow of glucose to your cells stops. Your body tries to maintain about 4 grams of total blood glucose 24 hours a day. When you are awake, Glucose comes primarily from your food. While you sleep or during long periods between meals, glucose comes from glycogen reserves in your liver and muscles. That's when everything works. Instead of getting carbs from natural foods, many people flood their bodies with refined added carbs. This forces the pancreas to pump out higher than normal levels of insulin to maintain 4 grams of blood glucose. The body cells have more glucose than they need, but refined carbs continue to flood the system. The lock is open, but the door remains closed. The cells have become resistant to insulin. Blood glucose levels stay above 4 grams, putting you at risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Uncontrolled diabetes is a serious, life-threatening disease. Because your cells have more glucose than they need, your liver stores some of it as fat to reduce blood glucose levels. Currently, there is no direct test for insulin resistance. Tests that can lead to a diagnosis of insulin resistance include high blood sugar and triglyceride levels, high LDL cholesterol levels, and low HDL cholesterol levels. Insulin resistance increases the risk of developing type 2 diabetes, but it is not the cause of type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is caused by eating too many refined carb calories, being overweight, and living a sedentary lifestyle. We are all programmed at birth to like sweet foods, and sugar equals sweet. The abundance of affordable sugar-sweetened foods is a 20th century phenomenon. The increase in insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes is also a 20th century phenomenon. The good news for most people is insulin resistance is not only preventable, it is reversible. First, you must understand that blood glucose spikes are normal. They occur after every meal and snack. Problems arise when blood sugar levels do not return to 4 grams. To prevent or reverse insulin resistance, stay physically active, decrease or avoid refined carbs, lose weight, reduce stress and anxiety, and get enough sleep. Staying physically active can be as simple as walking 1 or more miles a day. Limit added sugars to 36 grams a day for men and 24 grams a day for women. And keep in mind, those recommendations are for added sugars, not naturally occurring sugars. What about limiting starchy foods like oats and potatoes? Anyone who is overweight and needs to lose weight should evaluate their overall diet, including starchy foods. Again, it comes down to limiting bad foods, not bad carbs. Decreasing your weight by as little as 5% has significant health benefits. Reducing stress and anxiety can prevent junk food binge eating. Junk foods may be comfort foods, but you won't feel comforted if you are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Getting about 8 hours of sleep can help prevent weight gain and insulin resistance. Also, don't waste your money on dietary supplements claiming to support insulin sensitivity. There are no scientifically proven dietary supplement that prevents or reverses insulin resistance. There is also no FDA-approved prescription drugs for insulin resistance. There are drugs to reduce blood sugar levels, but they can have serious side effects. Some facts about insulin resistance is that insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas that allows cells to absorb glucose circulating in your blood. Some excess glucose is converted to body fat. Diets high in added sugars and starchy foods can cause dangerously high levels of blood glucose, and high blood glucose levels increases the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Some myths include you must eat a very low-carb diet to prevent insulin resistance and diabetes. You must eliminate all high-starch foods from your diet. And dietary supplements can prevent and reverse insulin resistance. Please leave a comment if you have any questions about this video. Thank you for watching and healthy eating.